Ladies and gentlemen, we are live ahead of another historic Trump event. Welcome. Trump is going to be joined by the national championship football team, the Indiana Hoosiers. Dude, this is such a weird market, Jeremy. Honestly, I wish I looked at it more and had more time to research. I feel like it's such a good market to go heavy. This is front page. Yeah, this is number one slot front page, getting a ton of flow. But Trump's going to be joined by the Indiana football team. It is going to be on the front lawn. I don't have that much on this. It's really difficult to handicap. I guess what I will say is, like, historically, he does these every year. Thoughts on Rich Strike? Edwin, it's very interesting. There's no scam part of the Rich Strike. It's purely because he makes the "you're gonna be so rich" joke. It's really hard to price. I personally think at 40 cents, it's a good yes buy. If you look at the last five national football champion visits that he's had, 3 out of 5 he's made the rich joke. But again, that's a small sample size, but just going based off of these, it's definitely in his vernacular. Again, 4 of those were in his first term, and only 1 relates to his kind of last term. But if I had to pick one between, at 40, 60, I'd be on yes. I don't love it. I don't have a position there, but it's interesting. Thoughts on draft? Interesting thing with draft is that in a lot of the priors that you look at, you might say, hey, they don't talk about NFL draft much, but it's worth calling out that a lot of these last visits from this national championship teams were prior to the NFL draft. Here's an interesting one where they're having them here after the draft. So that's why I think, like, kind of the strike has moved up so much to 70 cents and fair value is super high. Confused about the Oval Office strike? To be brutally honest, I don't have any yet because it kind of got priced in, but holy cow, it got down to 50 cents. Oval Office is a really good strike for yes, personally. At majority of these events, sometimes towards the end, sometimes in the middle, he'll say, like, let's go back to the Oval Office. So I'm probably going to wait to see if this gets a little cheap during the event, honestly, and maybe I'd buy some. But again, don't blindly tail my positions, but just talking through some things that I liked. I did like Heisman. There's a lot of risk with Heisman because Fernando Mendoza is not attending, and that's why the price got down to like the 60s. But I feel like that's a bigger blip than maybe it should be, and it got priced a little wacky in the 60s. I don't know. I might come to regret that. We only have literally one sample of "You're my counterparty" on Heisman. Is it just because he's not attending? Like, is that the simple thing of, like, why people are buying no? Okay, here comes the Indiana football team. But I still like yes. I just felt like it's something that had to be scripted. I mean, Mendoza, anyone who watches, I love college football. I watch a lot of college football. Like, it would blow me away if they don't bring up the Heisman. But again, it's definitely possible. It's not like we have a big sample size. Just would be kind of shocking to me. Heisman hitting 100. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Ballroom is really interesting, by the way. I couldn't get a lot of position on the ballroom, but this is on the south lawn, and you can see part of the ballroom, I believe, from the south lawn. Notably, when they did this event with the King, it got up to like 60 cents and then the other thing is, since they're visiting the White House, he always remarks, or not always, but very often will remark about the building and saying, look at the nice buildings we have at the White House. So I actually think ballroom fair value kind of makes sense personally, because I think he'll talk about the buildings at the White House. It's just whether or not he'd weave in ballroom. I wouldn't pay more than 50 cents for it, but like I did buy some at, I think, 38 cents when it was cheaper. But I'm not going to buy it at 50 cents. And then I have a tiny bit on some longer shot, like if he just completely yaps stock market Biden, which I don't think are likely. Like, again, I think this is mostly going to be a lot of no's. Mostly just rooting for Heisman, obviously. It's my biggest position. Is redistricting a farm trap? I don't understand how he would ever say redistricting. If he ever even talks about this, he says gerrymandering. So I don't see the world for redistricting. The 250 strike, Jeremy, is because of 250th anniversary. He'll talk about this a lot in reference to Olympics, in reference to World Cup. So whenever it's a sports-related thing, it has a very high probability of coming up. 250th anniversary of the U.S. McDonald's joke at 6 cents. Yeah, McDonald's, again, that's another one that, like, I don't really get either. Some people were joking that there's some guy that has a last name McDonald, but I know Mendoza's skipping it, Aaron, and that's why I think the price got as low as the 60s. I just, like, how are you not going to talk about Fernando Mendoza? I mean, again, maybe I'm totally wrong and they're going to skip over it. I just don't see how you could gloss over him and winning the Heisman. So even though he's not attending, I don't. Landslide's interesting. He really does like to use landslide a lot. And usually whenever he has someone visiting from a certain state, like in this case, obviously Indiana, he did win Indiana in a landslide, you know, if you look at the numbers. So the joke's definitely in play, and landslide's definitely been in his vocabulary a lot lately. So it's an interesting strike. I mean, at 50-50, it's kind of, is he going to get on the election thing? I mean, probably a good chance. It's probably close to fair value. I don't really feel any edge there. I like the interesting strikes of like Heisman, right? Because nothing really to go back off. Just thoughts on draft? Yes. I don't know, man. 70-30 is kind of expensive, to be honest, for draft. And like, is Indiana that heavy of like a team that's going to the NFL? Thoughts on Supreme Court? Don't really see the angle for Supreme Court. I actually think I'm selling this, by the way. I don't like EO. Like, I'm not going to buy yes, but it is an interesting strike because, dang, EO is tanking, by the way. I tried to sell out at 30. I guess I'll just hold what I got left. Oh, Presidents might be coming out. Golf, yes. Lotto. Maybe golf could come in play, but I don't know. Again, I mean, this is just something you think he's probably not going to talk a lot at this event, but it'll be very interesting. NIL, I really like NIL no. Every time I try to sell, there's a market making bot. Yeah, that's the game. NIL, I would not buy yes, but it's pretty priced in at $25.75. Yeah, that's another angle, Dustin, for sure. You could mention number one draft pick. I don't think it's Jane Street or Sig that's market making mentions, to be honest. I think it's more so just like someone else maybe running maybe they're using like a terminal that allows them to adjust their limit order to be top bid. They could set like an actual fare that they'll go up to. Yeah, I'm mostly just on Heisman too, Dustin. I don't know. Hopefully we don't all get rinsed, but I felt the same way. Just thinking it was like undervalued, but maybe he really will skip over it. Just seems bizarre to do that. I mean, it was pretty scripted when Burrow was there, but granted, Burrow did talk, so I get that angle. I don't know. I'm just like, man, I'd be surprised. Yeah, I would love to be able to size up for this market because it's like front page, like Radar's messaging, but there's just not too much that I like. Shit that I like love a ton. I mean, election no is kind of maybe interesting, but I'm almost never on election no. I'm almost always on Y. Yeah, he doesn't have bad blood. Exactly. Like, I don't get the angle. I think a lot of people were saying like he's going to be angry at Mendoza for not going to this thing. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Yeah, I mean, I'm very curious what this is going to look like. Is Trump going to go off the rails and just yap a bunch, or is he going to keep it kind of short? He definitely talked a long time today with the EO. Is that JD? JD Vance is there. What is the significance of JD Vance being there? Anything? You can see Doug Burgum was there too. Did anyone from the cabinet go to Indiana? Yeah, exactly, Dr. Slips. He's very religious and like... Did anyone from Trump's cabinet go to Indiana? To Indiana University. Because he almost always will talk about cabinet members that went. Oh. Yeah, there's really no one. Oh, Mike Pence did. Well, he's governor of Indiana at least. But yeah, I saw Doug Burgum, Garston. Does that like mess with any fair values? Oil, gas, gasoline, you think will shout them out for energy? I mean, maybe that's an angle. I mean, JD's there, Doug's there. It seems like a lot of cabinet people are going to be there. I mean, it's a pretty big event. Damn, dude, Loxy's on no for Heisman? How are all these people on no? Is it just because he's not attending that they're like, he's not going to say Heisman? Oh, my gosh. I felt like it was so good. I thought it was going to close at like 80, but I guess not, man. I guess people are... I got to ask Loxy, man. What is... How much does he have?
So he can see the construction of the ballroom.
So see, he's only got 500.
Notice about the construction.
Feels they will view as a snug and they will leave him out entirely. Okay, see, that was why I liked yes, because I thought that was going to be all the no holders' argument, and I just don't agree with that argument. I just don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see. I don't know. I think 250's like kind of I don't know. This market's like, you look at some of these yeses and you just think they have to be super cheap here, but this really could be a very short and scripted event. It just depends on like what mood Trump's in, I guess. I have a little bit of some cheap strikes in case he makes some jokes on Biden or stock market or something. I'm pretty sure Kalshi's available in Canada, but I don't know. Sometimes he mentions former Heisman winners. I don't think so. You should always try to be a maker when you can, because then you don't pay fees, and you get in at the low end. But like sometimes you got to be a taker. It just depends, on what the available liquidity is. But you should always use the limit order function, even if you're takering. Dude, I know Dr. Slips. He's fucking bringing mentions back. We're getting front page every Trump event, dude. I was so doomered. I love Oval Office Arankar, to be honest, but I'm going to wait to see if it gets a little cheaper. Because I think he might not hit it till later in the event. So I'll put a bid up, though. Yeah, we used to be a dead category, and we're going to be so fucking back. Any big Trump speeches coming up? I think if the bilateral with Xi Jinping is streamed, I think it'll be really big. But again, I think that's probably going to be a very short bilateral. I mean, it'd be in China, so it's a lot different from if he does an event here. Any advice? I would just say to use limit orders, Mick Ryan, because the spreads on mentions could be really high. All right, how late is this guy gonna be? Is White House up yet? Oh, White House is up. All right, let me pull up White House. Let me just re-edit this. Man, I'm upset. I'm so small on this. I should have done more research. Gotta go bigger. Transgender, I don't like Y here, personally. I don't like, even if he gets to the topic, this just isn't really the vibe that he wants to drop a transgender like in front of a bunch of people. Like, it's a little bit like, as much as Trump loves saying it, it's not like it's not necessarily for this environment, I guess. By the way, I am going to fast forward the White House stream, okay? So you're going to see buffering. It's because we just got to be fast on the stream. I try to not fast forward it so that it's like a crisper viewing experience, but we just get too delayed. So it's just too much of a sacrifice for Edge to do that. I'm sorry. So it's going to be pausing. It's going to be going fast forward, Yeah. Fast forward is better. I assume Trump has to be coming out soon if White House is now live. Thoughts on Iran? Look, I mean, I don't think he's going to talk about Iran here. But you know what? It's cheap, right? It's 37 cents. Maybe he does. Indiana's coming out on the...
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 2025 College Football National Champion.
I'm surprised White House Stream doesn't want to have the Indiana team coming up. Man, if this guy snubs him on the Heisman. All right, Ballroom is coming down a little bit, back down to the 40s. Maybe. He usually talks about the coaches first, I think. You're on Judge, yes? Is that even a strike? Judge. All right, where's Trump? All right, here comes... This has to be Trump coming out. Why is White House not live, though? Come on, White House. All right, here we go. White House is live.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Wow, is
accompanied
AP
by Kurt
faster?
Cignetti, head coach of the Indiana University Hoosiers, and Charlie Becker.
Is AP faster? Let me see. AP's faster. All right, we're switching to AP. Why is AP faster?
Well, thank you very much, everybody. This is an honor. I watched that game. I watched these guys. They can play. They can play.
Oh, sorry. Let me angle it.
And they were a little underestimated. But I just said, but not anymore. They're not underestimated anymore. They were incredible talents. So today it's my great honor to welcome the 2025 College Football National Champions, the Indiana University Hoosiers.
Very bad camera angle.
And I want to say that JD's right over here. He likes Indiana. We won Indiana by a lot. It always helps when you win it by a lot. I think we won them all by a lot. You want to know the truth, but they just forgot to put that down. But we won by a lot. We just had a big victory. We beat 7 out of 8 candidates that were running against Trump. That was good. And the only reason we lost the other one is there are 2 people running. They split up that vote. I can't believe
Wow.
I let that happen. But
Actually,
we're joined today by Vice President J.D. Vance.
all right. So landslide missed.
Fantastic. J.D., stand up for a second, will you?
Landslide misses right out the gate.
And his sons, Ewan and Vivek, as well as Secretary of the Interior, Doug Burgum. Doug, great secretary. We're doing now the reflective pond, and we saved about $600
Yeah, Ballroom was so
million or
coded.
something. It's going to be beautiful. It'll open about 2 weeks, and it's going to be incredible. They've been trying to get it open for years. They had no idea what they would do.
He's talking about
We
the
know
reflecting
how to do
pool.
it,
Is he going to
Doug.
dodge Ballroom?
And, it took us 2 weeks versus the projected 4 years, people would not understand it. But you're doing a fantastic job. Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins. Brooke, thank you. Get those prices down. They're coming down. I see
Wow.
prices. We inherited the worst inflation in history. She's getting the prices down big. Thanks, Brooke.
Almost,
Secretary of Commerce, Howard
almost got
Lutnick,
on
doing a
a stock market talk
wonderful
right
job.
there.
Thank you, Howard. Acting Secretary of Labor, Keith Sonderling. Thank you, Keith. Good job. Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright. Supposed to be the best in the business. Well, you know what? I figured it would triple when we did. We had to make an excursion to the beautiful
Oh my God, Iran.
country
Wow.
of Iran.
Wow.
We didn't want to let them have a
Nuclear.
weapon.
Oh, it was 20 cents. Why did I
We
buy
made the
that
right
shit?
decision, and we've got it
Oh.
pretty good. And those prices are going to come crashing down.
The
as soon
stock
as that's
market?
over. We're taken care of. We got to take care of business. Great job. You're doing a great job.
Wow, man, they were 20
Thank you.
cents on nuclear.
HUD
pre-market.
Secretary Scott Turner,
Crazy.
former NFL player, by the way.
NFL. Wow.
A great guy.
Okay, he's in
U.S.
like a
Trade
yacht mood.
Representative Jamison Greer, one of the most important men anywhere in the world. We need more tariffs, Jamison. We need
Tariffs.
more
Dude,
tariffs.
he's
And SBA Administrator, who's fantastic, Kelly Loeffler. Thank you, Kelly. And I see Kevin over there. I don't know if they have your name now, Jeff. Can we stand up? You were so good on television.
Kevin Warsh or
over the
Kevin
weekend.
Hassett?
Thank you. Kevin Hassett, thank you.
Kevin Hassett.
Thanks also to Senators Todd Young. Where's Todd? Thank you. Thank you, Todd. You have a great group of people. What a group. This is a
Man,
big day
I'm
for
just
Todd
so
and Jim
sad I
Banks.
didn't
Jim,
buy a
stand up. Where are
nuclear,
you?
yes.
Senator Banks.
I didn't realize like
My
all these
friend
cabinet
for a long
members would be
time.
there.
And Representatives Marlon Stutzman, Jim Baird, Rudy Yakim, Aaron Houchin, and Nick Begich. Thank you all. Warriors. We also have Mark Messer, Jefferson Shreve, and Victoria Sparks. Hi, Victoria. Victoria Sparks. She's been very good. On occasion, she gets a little bit bad, a little nasty. But she is good and she's smart and she's always with us, right? Thank you, Victoria. Appreciate it. Also with us is Speaker of the Indiana House, Todd Hudson. Thank you, Todd.
He could
Thank you,
come
Todd.
back to landslide.
You guys have been great.
Huh?
Indiana Senate Majority Floor Leader Chris Garton. These are all people that were with me, right, Chris? We don't have any of those insurgents, do we?
I wonder if there's a chance he'd
We had
come
a
back
big
to
day.
talking
They don't
about
know what
Indiana.
I'm talking about behind me
but
because they're
probably
into
not.
football, but we had a little insurgency in Indiana that didn't last very long. We had what a great group of people we had. We have many of the Republican patriots from the great state of Indiana, including Trevor DeVries, Brian Schmutzler, Blake Fichter, Tracy Powell, Jeff Ellington, Michelle Davis, who last week had a big primary election. They've all are you by the people? I love you
election.
people. That was carried all over the world. They ran against people that were there for 20, 25 years, and they were, let's say, yeah, I'd say young, certainly young, but they were not expected to
Is he
win.
saying
They were
win in a
down by
landslide?
25 or 30 points. We endorsed them, and they won in a landslide. Thank you
I was saying
very
landslide
much.
could come back. Why
Congratulations.
didn't I just
You'll be there a long time. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh.
That was a story
Wow.
heard round the political world, wasn't it, huh? Wow. That's so nice that you're here. Actually, they're my favorite people right now in the audience.
Dude, this is like I did
don't care
not
about that, Jim Banks. They're my
handicap
favorite
this
people, right?
at all. Right.
Actually, they're also joined by the great Sage Steele, who's a fantastic person and a supporter and a friend of mine. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. And former NFL quarterback Trent Green. Great quarterback. Where's Trent? Hi, Trent. Great job.
I did not get this right at
That's
all.
a good
man.
quarterback. This was a year that will live forever in the hearts of Indiana football fans. It was an exciting year for football, but maybe you're the biggest story. I think, Coach, you're the biggest story. There's no story like this. The Hoosiers delivered the program's first ever undefeated, untied season and capped it off with their first ever national title.
And Heisman Trophy. Come on.
That's amazing.
How's he not going to say first ever Heisman Trophy winner?
The National Signing Day, think of this, the press conference in 2023, shortly after joining Indiana. Who's Kurt? Kurt Signetti. Where is Kurt Signetti?
Oh, he's right next to you.
Huh? Oh. Come here. Come here. Kurt Signetti has turned out to be, I believe, I think he's the coach of the last decade because he took a team.
Oh, this
Nobody
is
knew him,
potentially
nobody knew the
hottest.
team,
He
and
took
ended
a
up taking
dead
this team
team
all the
to.
way. People were
They're the
betting
hottest
against
team.
you all the way, Kurt. He took over in 2023 following a really bleak 3-9 season
He's
and
going to
immediately
relate it
set
to
a tone
himself, isn't he? Gonna
that few
say
people
like,
have seen, I think, in the history of college football. At the National Signing
couldn't he
Day
like make
press
this about
conference in
himself and
2023,
make a joke?
shortly after joining Indiana, Kurt was asked how he communicates his vision to recruits. And he said, it's pretty simple. I win. I just know how to win. That's a very cocky guy. I don't like people like that. Nah, I like this guy. Just 2 years later, he brought home the national championship. So, you know, when you do that stuff, you have to be able to produce when you act that way. Muhammad Ali used to get
Wow,
up there.
Ali.
You know, over the years, I've seen people that did it better than Muhammad Ali. The problem is they couldn't fight properly. They lost. You can't do that and lose, right? But very special coach, I'll tell you that. I just got to know him a little bit backstage, and he's a winner. Every player in this team shared their coach's winning mindset, and they executed with unbelievable skill. They're skilled people. This season was also historic because starting quarterback
Heisman.
Fernando Mendoza. Now, the reason he's not here, he was so nice he called, because he
This is Heisman. This has to be Heisman.
JD's a big fan of ours.
This is
Wouldn't believe it, 'cause
Heisman.
He didn't
100%.
show up. I'm not happy, but that's okay. The reason he didn't,
He's
because
got to
he's at spring
say he
training,
won the
right?
first ever
and I
Heisman.
actually said, you really
Come on.
let him. He's got to win, and I think he's going to win pretty early, Coach.
If
right?
he
You think
weaves
pretty
this, dude, I can't believe it's actually going down.
good? A lot of people said they're going to win, but I think he will. No, he's been great, and he's at spring training, like his first day or something. I said, you better go there. But he became Indiana's first. Otherwise, if I didn't
Dude, just
do that,
Trump
I believe
is,
me, I
like,
wouldn't have even
edging
talked
this
about
so
him.
much on
I would have not. If he was not here for other reasons, like he didn't like Trump or he didn't want to come,
Dude,
I wouldn't even mention him. I'd go through the whole. I'd talk about how great. I wouldn't even mention the quarterback's name. But he's a great guy, actually, and he is actually a big fan of what we're doing for our country. But he
Just
became
the
Indiana's first ever Heisman Trophy
There's Heisman, dude.
winner,
This
right,
guy was like baiting it so long.
And Fernando completed 226 of 316 passes.
I
That's
was
good.
like, all right.
Throwing for 2,908
Yeah, I know.
yards. Let's round it
Lockseat
up to
was kind of
3,000.
right too, but I knew that Fernando
I'm gonna
Mendoza
round that off
likes
a little bit, Coach.
Trump. He's kind of a
3,000 yards.
conservative guy.
And a nation-leading 33 touchdowns. Fernando couldn't be here today because, as I said, he's now a member of the Las Vegas Raiders. And let's see how good a team they have. And I think he's going to do great. He's a winner. With Fernando's help and
I
a
know.
stacked lineup,
They tried to get him
Indiana
not to
utterly
say Heisman.
dominated in the regular season, winning 10 out of 12 games by double-digit margins. In the first 3 games, Indiana outscored their opponents. Wow. 156-23. I think they have a good coach. And they closed the regular season by crushing their in-state rival Purdue. Always a good team, 56-3. That's pretty good. Nice memories. Huh? But things weren't as straightforward in the Big Ten championship against Ohio State. That was a tough one. Indiana entered the game known for its rock-solid defense and actually known for college basketball, to be honest with you. And now I think they're going to be known for football. But they entered the game against Ohio State, and people really, I think they thought of Ohio State as being almost unbeatable and brought back one of the most explosive offenses in the nation. Ohio State did. But in the end, the Hoosiers prevailed over the Buckeyes. Junior linebacker Isaiah Jones. Where's Isaiah?
play.
I said, how good is he, Coach? He said, he can play. Let me see. He's a good-looking guy. I don't like good-looking people. I don't like good-looking men at all, believe me. But he recorded 2 of Indiana's first for 5 sacks. Think of that. So he had 5 sacks. Well, helping the team secure a hard-fought 13-10 victory, really against a great football power. All right? That's a big honor. Next up was the Rose Bowl, where Indiana delivered a commanding 38-3 victory over Alabama. Coach,
Roll Tide.
you got to be, you got to be kidding. That's right, over Alabama. That's a big one. After a scoreless first quarter, the Hoosiers broke through and never looked back, defeating the Crimson Tide. That is no small feat, and it wouldn't have been possible without starting center Pat Coogan. Where's Pat? Oh, he's at training camp. Forget this. Forget training camp.
Oh man, he's not happy
he's a
about
good
the
fan.
training camp people.
Coach, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. I'm glad I mentioned his name. That's good. Say hello to him. That's a big deal. In recognition of his dominant performance, Pat became the first offensive lineman since 1944 to be named the Rose Bowl's most valuable player.
Yeah, still no
Pat is busy
draft,
today
and the
in
fact
training
he
camp.
dodged over
That's great.
Mendoza with that too.
Is he that good?
Oh, yeah.
Is Pat Coogan that good?
We got 15 of them in training camp.
Wow,
right now.
is that right? Yeah. Wow. 15 in training camp. Wow.
Ballroom, I sold out when he didn't hit it in the open.
How many
Talking about the buildings,
Potentials you have back
it
there.
could still come back, but its fair value
Quite a few
decreased a lot
potentials.
when he didn't hit it right in the open.
In the
like
beach
when he
ball,
was talking
Indiana
about
shattered Oregon's confidence. That was
the
another
reflecting
one. Oregon
pool.
was supposed to be a hot team. I watched it. I said, what's going on here? But they shattered Oregon's confidence right out of the
Oval
gate
Office
when during the
hasn't.
first play
My
of
opinion
the game,
hasn't changed.
Quarterback D'Angelo Pons, what a good name, intercepted the ball. Where's D'Angelo?
Training camp.
Oh, I can't believe it. No wonder you won.
Oh, you're on Oval? No.
He was a junior.
Wow.
Wow. How good? Really good?
Really good.
Intercepted the ball, ran it back for the game's first touchdown after securing a commanding 56-22 victory. This team was off to the championship. In the championship game against Miami, Indiana held a narrow 10-0 lead at halftime,
Yeah, it's
controlling the
definitely
pace
still
but
live.
unable to pull away. The score remained low for most of the game, but everything changed in the fourth quarter. That's true. With under 10 minutes remaining, Indiana faced a critical 4th and 5. No coach in America would have done what this guy did. Said, this guy is making such a mistake, and he won. That was a hell of a play. You know, that's the kind of play. If they don't do that play, if it doesn't work, that's like career threatening, right?
Got to play to win.
You got to play. It was great. On Miami's 13-yard line, Fernando took the snap and powered through the defense, past the first down marker before launching himself into the end zone, extending Indiana's lead 24-14. But Miami wasn't done yet. The Hurricanes took possession and scored, cutting Indiana's lead 24-21.
That was such a good game, man.
Indiana got the ball
I
once
remember
more
that
and put
game.
3
I
more
was
points on
trading
the
that
board,
heavily. That was a lot of
pushing
fun.
the score to 27-21. I mean, you have to see this game. I would say that coach, I know he's got a good reputation. This guy is called in the wrong place, but he kept winning. They kept scoring. They kept doing all this stuff. The things that weren't supposed to happen. You're just lucky you won that game, because if you didn't, they would have said, this coach is crazy. With just 51 seconds, that's why he's a great coach. With just 51 seconds left to tie the game and deep within Indiana's territory, Miami's quarterback fired off a 30-yard pass, only to be intercepted by junior Jamari Sharp. Where's Jamari? Jamari.
I mean,
Come on up. Come here.
this could still be early. Like, he's only partway through this, and he's in a good mood.
Want to say something? Go ahead. Tell him how good this is.
Coach Sig's a very good coach, you know. Once he first came to Indiana, I didn't know if I was going to stay, but I stayed, and I'm glad I stayed because we won a national championship.
That's a way to say something.
Good-looking guy, huh? Thank you. He didn't want to leave.
No, you're gonna be so rich joke.
He's a natural. So the Hurricanes are great. The team is so great. Jamari, I want to thank you for getting up and making such a rousing speech. By the way, a lot of people don't do that. You know, a lot of times they'll do that and say, "No, I don't want to talk." But he's got a future in a lot of things, probably football. First of all, from there, the outcome was sealed, and the Hoosiers became national champions.
Yeah, I
Think of that,
probably
right?
agree with you,
I was
Dustin.
there.
But I don't know how much size you
Anyway,
can
went
actually
for a lot
get.
of great teams when you think, and real football powerhouses over the years. It's pretty
Six top
intimidating.
10 teams.
Yeah, they're amazing. Top
There's
tens.
not much.
This team
like,
lifted the Indiana football program from a historic low. It really didn't have a good reputation over there, but it tells you what coaching means too. But your grit and discipline and your belief and your strength of character, the coach is, I think he's just incredible. I think it's an incredible story. When I heard they were coming today, I said, I got to meet that coach because he came out of like high school, a great high school program, but you made it good. But what you did is something that I don't think anybody's ever really done in college football history. How's your team going to be this year, Coach? What do you think?
Well, we got a
he could ask, you
chance.
losing
We
people
commit.
to the
We
draft.
have discipline and a great work ethic, and if we can handle success and we can handle failure, and we're consistent day in, day out, we might have a chance.
How about this guy? Is he central casting or what?
Oh, there's the
He's-
central
I gotta
casting
watch you. I
line.
gotta watch you. You're amazing. You've made the fans really proud and inspired millions. All of you, the coach and the players, and reminded everyone that with determination and lots of hard work, anything
might
is
be
possible. And
rapping
I said
here.
to the coach, you know, we have a very special area. Well, that's very special. We're building a
Ballroom?
beautiful ballroom. You can see it's not
There
just
it is. Ballroom came back.
I mean, for 150 years, they've wanted a
Ah, I
ballroom.
was
We're gonna
trying
give
to-
the greatest ballroom
Dude,
anywhere in the country. I'm very
I
good
should
at
have
ballrooms.
clicked a ton.
I'm
There was
very good
so
at
much
building
at like
things, but
40.
I said,
I
to
really
the coach,
like
it's a special
ballroom.
place
I don't know why I
here,
let
and
people
it's called the
psych
Oval
me out.
Office. Everything's
Oval Office. I didn't accumulate
begins,
enough.
ends, and re-begins again.
Man.
And
I
instead
just
of you
should have
lie,
made so much more money on
lie,
this.
coach, I'll take your entire team back, and we're going to go to the Oval Office.
Oval
Show them
Office
the
was
Oval
such a
Office, and
bond.
we're going to give them a very, very special
gosh.
medal. And I said, so what do you want to do, coach? He said, we want to go. Hold it. You guys want to go to the Oval Office? Yes, sir. I had a feeling they were going to say that. I had a feeling. So, coach,
Man, I should have
say
made
a few
so
words.
much
You
more
know,
money.
I'm really honored to be with this guy because he took something.
Seems
from,
like he's rapping, by
it's
the
not
way.
like he inherited a great program. He inherited something that was less than great, and he made it into something that probably has
I'm surprised he doesn't make a
never
joke
been done
with the
at this
inheriting
level, Never
something
been done before. Congratulations, coach.
great. There's like such an angle with Trump saying that. Like, I inherited a dead
Thank
country, you know?
you. Got a lot of Hoosiers in the stands here and behind me. We got to give them one, two, three. Hoosiers, right? 1, 2, 3. Hoosiers. You got that? Okay, thank you. That's a lot of nice accolades there. Appreciate all that. It all starts with Pam Whitten, our president, Scott Dolson, our athletic director. You got to have a commitment at the top. Without a commitment at the top, nothing's possible. Okay. 2025.
I bought a
Indiana
little bit,
Hoosiers.
Chet. That's what I was trying to do,
All
but
right. You know, 24 was a
I couldn't
fluke,
get that
right?
much.
College football playoff started out 10-9.
but hey, it kind of hit exactly how I was
They
saying,
won't be
or it'd
very
come in the
good.
end.
All right, 16-0. That's the best record in college football since 1894. That's 132 years. That's before the NCAA. So safe to say that's the greatest record in college football history. Beat 6 top 10 teams. All right? And how did we get that done? All right? We had great people on the staff that thought alike. In the locker room that thought alike. Great leadership, good talent, great character, coachable, 11 guys doing their job, play in, play out. All right? The whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts. And the most consistent, day in,
Will
day
Trump
out,
talk
meeting in,
anymore?
meeting out, practice in, practice out, group I've ever seen in my life. And to me, it's a simple message. All right? Prepare the right way every single day to a high standard, and anything is possible in life. The only limitations are those between your ears, and you can't have any of those either. So go up by you. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce junior wide receiver Charlie Becker from Nashville, Tennessee, or as Gus Johnson would say, Charlie B from Nashville, Tennessee.
How's it going, everybody? First of all, I would like to thank Mr. President. Thank you so much for having us. This is an honor. I know I speak on behalf of my team by saying we're going to remember this for the rest of our lives. And secondly, I would just like to thank all the Hoosier fans out
Which
there.
player is this
you know,
guy
from the
talking?
start of the season to the end of the season. Y'all were there through the highs and the lows, and none of this is possible without y'all. So thank you, guys, and go IU.
All right, in our
Oh, that's wide
appreciation for
receiver.
this great visit today for President Trump, we have some Hoosier gear, which a couple of years ago they were giving away. Now you got to pay a lot of money for
Doesn't
this
seem
stuff.
like Trump will talk
so,
again.
really appreciate this great opportunity and this great day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
There you go. 40 seconds. On the back. I think we got one picture.
I like this guy. That's great, Coach. Thank you. What else do you have over there? How about a helmet?
There we go.
Football and a
Yeah,
helmet.
Sign football, 16-0, fast, physical, relentless. Go IU. Kurt Signetti and players.
We just got an IU helmet also.
We'll let you keep the trophy for an NIL contribution.
Oh, NIL joke.
I'll do that for NIL. Why, oh boy, did the court
NIL.
screw us up, huh?
Oh my God, Supreme Court live.
That's all right. It's whatever happened. It seems to be working for you, and you're gonna
Be so rich, maybe?
make it very successful. You're gonna create something very, very successful. I have no doubt. So we're gonna take the players now to the Oval Office,
Holy NIL.
and they're gonna get a little glimpse at some. I think it's the most
Was
important piece of real estate anywhere in the world in terms of
wow. How much
victory and in terms of
was
winning and in terms
available
of
there?
things that are happening. Things
I wasn't fast enough.
that are happening
man.
right now. Our country, you
Shoot.
know, a little bit like your team. Our
Oh,
country,
Is oh my God?
a
Here
year and
comes
a half
Hottest.
ago was laughed at. We were
Hottest.
mocked, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world.
Oh,
There's
man.
nobody close. We're the greatest military in the world. We're unparalleled, and we're doing a job. We've made America great again, and this team
Wow.
has got a tremendous
It's Hottest
future.
and
Don't lose
no
the coach.
no Biden, no stock market here too.
We can't lose the coach. It's a piece of work, right? We're not going to lose him. But I just want to thank everybody. It's a great turnout. It's a great turnout. But, you know, we do this a lot, and there's always spirit for a winning team. We have all the teams come here. But this was one I really look forward to because the story of Indiana University is really a legendary story.
Wow.
It's a very unusual story. We have a lot of teams where they win, and they keep winning, and they keep with. They don't know what it is. And you have some that lose and get a little bit lucky. This is a team that came out from really a program that was a basketball program largely, and now it's a great, great football program, and you're going to have a tremendous year. It's a fantastic group, and I look forward to watching. It's going to be a very interesting, but you're going to have a great year. And I know people like this. There are very few of them. Never bet against a guy like this, I'm telling you. Never bet against a guy like Kurt. So thank you, Kurt and Coach, very much, okay? Thank you very much.
Man, I wish
Thank
I
you,
knew how
everybody.
much
We're
went out at what
gonna
price
take them to the Oval Office. Thank you. Let's go,
for NIL. That was insane. I wish I knew how much went out for NIL. No 250, but Hottest hit in the end, and then NIL. Wow, crazy last minute hits. I want to see like what the price was for NIL that someone got. I wish I could filter. Is there a way I can filter? I want to see how much was available that I missed out on. Let's see, Hottest. So it wasn't ever that much Hottest. It was mostly at 15. I don't think anyone got like a huge click on Hottest necessarily. But what was the click for? I do want to see for NIL. Can I see what? NIL. Like, what did someone get? Was there any like really good click on NIL, or was it like pretty dead? Doesn't look like there was like that much. Let me see. I really wish I could filter this by strike. Is there no way I can filter this activity thing by strike? I just want to know like how much someone got on the NIL click. I'm just very curious. I want to know how much I missed. But I can't. Maybe if I filter it by like. These are all 99-cent buys. Dang, yeah. I don't know how much people got on NAL, but it was literally bonded no with 12K open interest. I don't know if it was like bonded for 12K on no at 99, but it was yeah, it was bonded no. It looks like 12K open interest, so I assume maybe 12K at 99. I don't know if it was all at 99. I don't know if that's the exact open interest at that price, but what a miss. And then, I mean, hottest. I don't think hottest got down as low because hottest is always kind of live. Hottest was at like 6 cents. So, but yeah, we did. I don't know. I did okay. I guess I made $300, whatever. I should have just held Heisman. Yes. I mean, granted, like I feel like Biden and stock market were all live, given he give the hottest line and everything. So they were probably like good buys. He just didn't manage to hit them. So it is what it is. And then I sold my ballroom, unfortunately, after he didn't hit it in the open. Well, another crazy Trump mention. But dang, yeah, I didn't play this out well. I'm a little upset, but is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in as always. We'll be back. Take care.